Jammu and Kashmir. Naya Jammu Kashmir vision gets the Vikas boost. Modi promised in 2013, fulfilled in 2024.
हम विकसित जम्मू कश्मीर बना करके ही रहेंगे। 70 साल से अधूरे आपके सपने आने वाले कुछ ही वर्षों में मोदी पूरे करके देगा।
The Prime Minister hails the abrogation of Article 370. Calls it the biggest hurdle in the development of Jammu and Kashmir. Modi's Vikasit Jammu Kashmir push is our top focus on India First. Has the abrogation of Article 370 defeated terrorists and separatists? Is Jammu and Kashmir truly on the fast track of development, on its way to becoming the paradise it was always meant to be? We debate. I'm Gaurav Sawant. First, as always, the headlines. Supreme Court declares Aam Aadmi Party as Chandigarh Mayor poll winner. Top court says poll officer unlawfully altered the election outcome. Aam Aadmi Party and Congress hail the verdict, say Supreme Court saved democracy. Sandeshkhali showdown escalates. Calcutta High Court pulls up Mamata Banerjee government over absconding Neta Shahjahan Sheikh. Asks why is the state government backing a lawbreaker? BJP's Shuvendu Adhikari meets victims. BJP versus Trinamool Congress face-off escalates. TMC claims BJP netas hurled Khalistani jibe at a Bengal police officer. The Sikh community rises in protest. BJP denies making any such remark. Congress Samajwadi Party seat sharing talks on the brink of collapse in Uttar Pradesh. Akhilesh Yadav will not be a part of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra. Samajwadi Party declares third list of candidates. Farmers to resume Delhi Chalo march after rejecting the government's 5-year MSP proposal. Tomorrow, Punjab and Haryana High Court warns the farmers against creating public nuisance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Jammu and he inaugurated projects worth 32,000 crore rupees. He promised a Vikasit Jammu Kashmir in a Vikasit Bharat. He promised development and he stressed on the part that development in the valley would not have been possible without the abrogation of Article 370. Even opposition leaders who've been staunch critics of Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised the mega push for Vikas in Naya Jammu and Kashmir. Sunil Ji Bhatt with our top story.
हम विकसित जम्मू कश्मीर बना करके ही रहेंगे.
In a mega push for Vikas or development, Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled development projects worth 32,000 crore rupees in Jammu. He also presented appointment letters to close to 1,500 newly recruited government employees from the Union Territory. The Prime Minister spoke about Jammu Kashmir's journey from bomb blasts, terror and abduction to the mega Vikas push.
भाइयों और बहनों, एक वो दिन भी थे जब जम्मू कश्मीर में से सिर्फ निराशा की खबरें आती थी. बम, बंदूक, अपहरण, अलगाव, ऐसी ही बातें जम्मू कश्मीर का दुर्भाग्य बना दी गई थी. ये शिक्षा, कौशल, रोजगार, सेहत, उद्योग और कनेक्टिविटी से जुड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं. आज यहां से देश के अलग अलग शहरों के लिए और भी ढेर सारी परियोजनाओं का उद्घाटन हुआ है।
Prime Minister Modi asserted Vikas in Jammu and Kashmir was only possible because the hurdle posed by Article 370 was removed.
अब जम्मू कश्मीर एक संतुलित विकास की ओर बढ़ रहा है। साथियों, ये 370 की ताकत देखिए। अब प्रदेश का कोई भी इलाका पीछे नहीं रहेगा, सब मिलकर आगे बढ़ेंगे। यहां जो लोग दशकों तक अभाव में जी रहे थे, उन्हें भी आज सरकार के होने का एहसास हुआ है।
In a mega boost to the education sector, the Prime Minister inaugurated 3 IITs, 3 IIMs and an AIMS Jammu in the Union Territory. Meanwhile, his 2013 speech is going viral, where he promised an IIT and IIM in Jammu and Kashmir.
मेरे जम्मू कश्मीर में IIM नहीं होना चाहिए, IIT नहीं होना चाहिए। क्या यहाँ के नौजवान पढ़ लिख करके हिंदुस्तान के अंदर अपना नाम रोशन नहीं कर सकते?
वो वायदे हमने पूरे करके दिखाए। अब जम्मू में IIT भी है और IIM भी है, और इसलिए लोग कहते हैं मोदी की गारंटी, यानी गारंटी पूरा होने की गारंटी।
Jammu and Kashmir is now on the path of development and progress. Modi government will continue to take Jammu and Kashmir's growth trajectory further, and Jammu and Kashmir will emerge as a model developed region in the country. With video journalist Neeraj Kumar, this is Sunil Bhatt reporting from Jammu for India Today.
Even critics of Prime Minister Narendra Modi are now praising him. Listen in to former PDP leader, one of the founding members of the party, Muzaffar Hussain Beg, praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Jammu. Also listen in to former Chief Minister of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir and Member of Parliament Farooq Abdullah, thanking the Prime Minister for that rail link to the Kashmir Valley. Listen in.
वो तो हमारे लीडर हैं सारे देश के, इसमें तो क्रॉस पार्टी लाइन आना चाहिए। उनके जो प्रोजेक्ट है वो छोटे नहीं है। उनका जो विजन है वो ये नहीं है कि कम्युनिस्ट है, वो बीजेपी है, वो पीडीपी है, वो नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस है। वो तो सारे देश को साथ इकट्ठे चलाना।
अब रेल जो है हमें कनेक्ट करेगी और जिसकी हमें बहुत ज़रूरत थी। ये हमारे टूरिज़्म के लिए भी बहुत ज़रूरी है, हमारे लोगों के लिए भी ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि वो सफ़र कर सकेंगे मुल्क के दूसरे इलाकों में। हमारा जो माल है वो जा सकता है, वहाँ से आ सकता है। ये बहुत बड़ा कदम आज उठाया है और मैं मुबारक करता हूँ रेल मिनिस्ट्री को, प्रधानमंत्री को, जिन्होंने इसमें योगदान दिया।
Article 370 was the biggest hurdle in the development of Jammu and Kashmir. The Prime Minister insists. He spoke of terrorism, he spoke of separatism and even abductions holding back the rise of Jammu and Kashmir. There was a time when schools were being burned down in Jammu and Kashmir. Today, Jammu and Kashmir boasts of IITs, IIMs, AIMs and degree colleges. Has Article 370 defeated Pakistan's state-sponsored radical Islamist terror? Joining me on India First, Lieutenant General Syed Atta Hasnain, former Kashmir Corps commander, someone who spent a lifetime, his military life in Jammu and Kashmir. Irfan Hafiz Loan is a lawyer and activist. Salman Nizami is the spokesperson of a new political party in Jammu and Kashmir. Irfan Hafiz Loan, I want to begin by asking you, is Naya Kashmir the final nail in the coffin of Pakistan-backed radical Islamist terror and separatists?
You're asking me?
Yes, sir.
See, I'm too small a person, but I take liberty to appreciate the Prime Minister for his concern, pledge towards development, to have a Viksit J&K. That's appreciable, and everybody appreciate and express thanks and gratitude. At the same time, I take liberty to express my wish that I want the Prime Minister to be a statesman, a global leader. And to be very honest, in my humble opinion, I believe for that it's necessary to resolve, to redress the genuine political rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, which inter alia includes restoration of the statehood, to have an elected government, to have assembly elections. You know, since
चलो
10 years.
एटलीस्ट पाकिस्तान से नाता क्या वाली आवाज तो अब बंद हो गई जम्मू कश्मीर में, ये तो अच्छी बात है. सलमान निजामी, हैज प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी चेंज द नैरेटिव ऑन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर फ्रॉम. सर ये इलेक्शन रैली नहीं है सर, इलेक्शन रैली नहीं है. आपको फैक्ट्स पे बात करने के लिए बुलाया था. आपको आईआईटी मिला, आईआईएम मिला, एम्स मिला और आप यहाँ प्रवचन दे रहे हो. बट एनीवे,
I have every right to express my feelings.
Yes.
My viewpoint. Please give me half a minute. This is not fair.
Sir, I'll give you more than half a minute. I'll give you more than half a minute, but not for grandstanding. Salman Nizami, has Prime Minister Narendra Modi changed the narrative on Kashmir from terror to development?
Well, there has been a change in security dynamics with a decrease in incidents of stone pelting. But despite BJP's claim that after revocation of Article 370, militancy will end, it has not been completely eliminated. There are still reports of terror attacks and selective killings in Kashmir. Last week, Amritpal Singh from Amritsar was killed in Srinagar. So despite some improvements, the situation in Kashmir remains complex. On the second hand, IIT in Jammu, AIMs in Jammu, well, the credit goes to Ghulam Nabi Azad Sahab also, because it was Ghulam Nabi Azad who played a crucial role in bringing these projects to the attention of the Prime Minister. And third, on ground, people are expressing a clear desire for elections and local governance with their own representatives. The current setup with an LG from outside, officer from outside.
Sir, what is outside?
It is not meeting
India
their
is one
needs.
country. What is outside? You have governors in different states from different parts of the country. What is outside?
They want their own people in charge who
So
understand
somebody
their issues.
from the rest of India
their
is not
culture.
their own people. You want somebody from Islamabad? Is that your own people? I seriously want to know.
It's not about they.
No, I
they
seriously
are part
want to
of
know.
This country. We are part of this country.
Good.
We are part
so if
of
somebody
this
who's not from
country.
who's from some other part of the country is as much yours.
We too have the
is
right.
as much yours.
We too have the right to choose our representative.
Sir,
we too have the right.
Let me take this to Lieutenant General Sayyadat Hasnain. Let me take this to Lieutenant General Sayyadat Hasnain. General Hasnain, terrorists were burning down schools. Terrorists wanted this entire brigade of stone pelters and they had them for decades. Terrorists were abducting the Union Home Minister's daughter and terrorists were being released. Air Force officers were being killed. Now there are 50-degree colleges, there are IITs and IIMs and AIMs. Does that speak of action on ground for a Naya Kashmir? And what do you make of the reaction that comes from our friends from Kashmir?
See, Gaurav, there's no doubt about it. This is still work in progress. What the Prime Minister has promised, he has delivered, and he will deliver much more. We are looking at Viksit Bharat. We are looking at Viksit Kashmir, which is looking at 2047. So there's a long way to go, and there's been a tremendous beginning, no doubt. From the time when Article 370 was removed, 5th of August 2019, unfortunately 2 years of pandemic in the middle, we would have probably seen much more achieved till now. But having said that, there is nothing which is absolutist. You can't expect that in 5 years, absolute peace all over. There is no absolute peace in any part of India, or for that matter, any part of the world. So there will be always differences of opinion. There will be things, and we are a democracy where lots and lots of such problems will continue. So I would say at the end of it, this is great work in progress. Article 370 has removed one major psychological barrier. Remove that barrier from the minds of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, who believe that there is no such thing as separatism and there's no such thing as terrorism to support separatism, which to achieve their aims. The aims will only be achieved through the mission which has been set out by the Prime Minister: more aims, more IIMs, more railways, more development, and that is the way forward.
Absolutely, sir. Irfan Lone admitted Article 370 narrative peddlers were only looking at lining their own pockets, their own parivarwad development, as the Prime Minister puts it. The abrogation or the defanging of Article 370, sir, it's paved the way for a new order in Jammu and Kashmir.
See, I was expecting the Prime Minister to make a statement, to express his desire for restoration of the statehood, for holding the election, though is within the domain of the Election Commission. But there's no bar if Prime Minister express his wish, his desire that let there be a elected government at the earliest. That is something which is one of the essential feature of the democracy.
Sir, Panchayati Raj to aap jante hain, but you're not talking about it. Fair enough. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. If grassroots are being given power, you don't want that. Fine, fair enough.
There used to be incidents of violence. I'm for peace. We want peace. But Mr. Garo Sawat ji, you must be alive of the fact that in recent past, months ago, we have seen martyrdom of a DYSP. We have seen an inspector being killed. Some days ago, 2 Sikhs were killed. We have seen in Rajouri Buffalo's incident where so many the civilians were killed. So,
sir, I have seen military convoys attacked. I've reported on ground when the Badami Bagh cantonment was being attacked. I have seen tourists being killed. I have seen Amarnath Yatra targeted. Sir, don't worry, I've seen a lot in the past 30 years.
It's normal. Let's get real.
I am sorry, I did not use the word normal. I am sorry. I just said Article 370, the moment it was defanged, an ecosystem was decimated, but you continue to defend an ecosystem. Fair enough. General Hasnain, stone pelting and terror, they both exist. Is the mindset changing, or it's a mindset that was encouraged for 70 years. That mindset will take more than 5 years to change.
There's no doubt about it. 5 years is a very short period, and Jammu and Kashmir has been through 30 years of strife, which means almost 2 generations have gone past. The same generations which have seen only violence on the streets have only seen the AK-47 in their neighborhoods. So it's going to take some time for all this to change. There's no doubt about it. As far as stone throwing is concerned, other aspects of violence are concerned, remember the one major achievement that the government has been able to do is to ensure that the networks which support this have been neutralized to a very great extent, particularly the financial networks, to a great extent some of the drug networks, although drug networks are existent even today, and lots of overground worker networks. These are the pure aspects of security which the government has been able to achieve. And as far as democracy is concerned, let me point out to my fellow panelists, democracy is because we don't have democracy at the moment, that there's been such a fast pace of development virtually, and because ultimately is the introduction of democracy. It will come. It always has to happen. But to make sure that you create the right conditions for democracy, it's not just that democracy can be given on a platter like that. It has to be the right conditions have to be created for it. And very soon, inshallah, you shall see that Jammu and Kashmir will have its own government and a chief minister who has been elected.
Fair enough.
I humbly disagree with you. The federalism is brazenly violated, which is a brazen violation of the constitution. How can a state be reduced to a UT?
You will agree, sir. You will agree.
Sir, you went to Supreme Court. That issue has been addressed, but General Hasnain is responding.
It was an abnormal situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Anywhere in the world where you find abnormal conditions existing, you will find one of the major things which will happen is the removal of democracy.
But sir, you are claiming that things have comparatively normalized what was in past. So if the things have normalized, then they should hold election. They should.
Sir, a Union Home Minister's daughter was abducted. Sir, Indian Air Force personnel were being shot dead on the streets of Srinagar. Have a heart if you think the situation is still the same. But Salman Nizami, that breed, there was a breed that chanted Pakistan se nata kya. And that breed, or at least the next generation, has seen the real face of Pakistan. And perhaps now that Kashmir realizes any relationship with the state sponsor of radical Islamist terror only leads to death and destruction.
Well, I said there has been a change, but development alone is not sufficient winning hearts and addressing the sense of alienation among people, it requires efforts to build trust and ensure the concerns. As I will say that despite revocation of Article 370, Kashmiri Pandits still feel unsafe in Kashmir.
Sir, आप क्या कर रहे हो उनको लाने के लिए? Where is that Kashmiriyat? What have you done to bring Kashmiri Pandits back?
No,
you are a Kashmiri Muslim. Bring them back. Show us Kashmiriyat.
You have to create an atmosphere where the
आप आतंकवादी को criticize करने में तो डर जाते हो.
Everybody is feeling unsafe in Kashmir. There is insecurity still, sir.
Please.
Recently,
no one
a
is
non-Kashmiri was killed.
No one is
Sir,
feeling
कब
unsafe
तक एजेंडा पेडल करोगे? कब तक? General Hasnain wants to respond to you.
No, I have been in and out of Kashmir in the last 1 year itself, and I can tell you, and I have been for years in Kashmir. You know it very well. I've never felt safer in Kashmir. Last time I was there, I went without protection also. No security was required. So that narrative of being absolutely unsafe is absolutely
Sir, you are a retired army general. I'm talking about the common Kashmiris, be it Muslims, be it Sikhs or Kashmiri Pandits.
I come as a common man myself. I'm a retired general, not a general. So I come there as a common man.
Our focus should be treating Kashmiris as our own.
Sir, behave as our own, na sir. Enjoy the growth journey of this country as the rest of the country does. कब तक मुंह फुलाए फूफा की तरह बैठोगे, sir? Enjoy that growth journey. Everybody is enjoying the way that
Pandits will return back to Kashmir.
Sir, what efforts are you making as a Kashmiri Muslim to bring back the Kashmiri Hindus? What is your effort? I have heard about Kashmiriyat and Insaniyat all my life. Let me also see it on ground. Let me see you make that effort. Let me see Irfan Lone make that effort.
To ensure the security of all the people, be it Kashmiri Muslims, be it Hindus, be it Sikhs. It is the responsibility of the government.
Create the environment. If you break their temples, how will they come back? But General Hasnain, if their homes are forcibly occupied, how will they come back? Sir, create that environment. You make that effort. But General Hasnain,
every Kashmiri,
General Hasnain, how do you bring? Is this the end? Is this the end of that road? That politics of separatism? How do you read the statements of leaders like Muzaffar Beg and Farooq Abdullah praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the development?
Very heartening. Very heartening. I just heard them also. Extremely heartening. This is the message going across the line of control also to people. They stop looking at Kashmiris from that angle. Kashmiris are not separatists. Kashmiris are defeating separatism today.
True.
We need more efforts to defeat that separatism. But this is a work in progress, as I told you. And Nizami Saab, this does not happen overnight. ये काम चलता रहेगा अभी. So let's not criticize this. Praise people, join these efforts. साथ मिलकर करो इसको.
That's what I'm saying. You should not politicize 370.
Sir, at least the heartening thing is वो पाकिस्तान से नाता क्या वाली breed, if not a dead is a dying breed. But let's also listen to more local voices from Jammu and Kashmir and what they are saying about the IITs and the IIMs that are coming up in Naya Kashmir. Listen in. I leave you with these thoughts.
बहुत जोश में हम, क्योंकि हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी हमारे शहर जम्मू में आ रहे हैं.
हमारा ये पूरा जो समुदाय है पहाड़ी लोग हम हाल से हैं. हमारी एक बहुत बड़ी डिमांड थी पिछले 40 साल से, और वो डिमांड जो है वो हिंदुस्तान की तमाम पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज ने हमारे साथ बहुत बड़ा धोखा किया. हमसे वोट लिया, हमें कुछ नहीं दिया. मोदी जी ने हमारे पहाड़ी हमारे समाज को हमारा हक दिया है. उसके लिए हम मोदी जी के बहुत मशहूर हैं और उनको देखने के लिए हम आज यहाँ आए हुए हैं.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो हमारे इस भारत के लिए जो किया, शायद हम लोग यही कहते हैं कि
More than 75 kilometers from the metropolis of Kolkata, Sandeshkhali is closer to the Bangladesh border than it is to the power corridors of West Bengal. The Kalindi River and its tributaries make it difficult to access. The 75 kilometers takes more than 3 hours to cover, taking land, water, and then the land route again. More than 160,000 people live in Sandeshkhali. It's also the gateway to the Sundarban mangroves. Generously speckled with fish ponds, Sandeshkhali also battles the fury of the river that serves as a lifeline and death as season changes. Most of its population are scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, and they're all Trinamool supporters.
Didi, আপনার কি তৃণমূল সমর্থক?
হ্যাঁ আমরা সবাই এখানে সবাই তৃণমূল সমর্থক
সব টিএমসি সমর্থক?
এখানে অন্য কোনো দল নেই সবাই না সবাই টিএমসি আমরা সবাই দিদি
সবাই টিএমসি
হ্যাঁ
Most are engaged in agriculture and fishery, and when they're not on the field, they depend on government schemes for daily wage labor. Villagers allege acres of agricultural land were taken away in the form of lease by Trinamool strongman Sheikh Shahjahan and his aides Shibu Hazra and Uttam Sardar. Villagers allege playgrounds have been converted to fishery.
आपको दिख रहा है वो जो फिशरीज है ना अभी जो सूख रहा है वो फिशरीज में पूरा हड़प किया है इन लोगों ने शिबू हाजरा ने पूरा 300 बीघा का जमीन है इधर साइड
Sandeshkhali has been agitating since the 8th of February. Shibu Hazra's poultry farm has been vandalized. Women complain of atrocities, even sexual assault. The National Commission for Women reached Sandeshkhali to hear them.
এই বউদেরকে যখন তখন বের করে যে মিটিংয়ে যেতে হবে রাত নেই যায় তো হ্যাঁ না গেলে কি করবে ওর সঙ্গে যে যারা থাকে তারা বলবে দেখো তোমরা যদি না যাও তোমাদের নামের লিস্ট হবে বাড়িতে কিন্তু এসে যদি মারধর করে আমাদেরকে বলতে পারবে না বেটা ছেলেদের মারধর করবে মিটিং এ না গেলে যখন তখন ডাকবে যখন তখন যেতে হবে মিটিং এ
রাত দুপুরে মানে 12টা 2 নাগাদ আমাদের ফোন করে ডাকা হচ্ছে কাউকে হয়তো বাড়ি থেকে তুলে নিয়ে যাওয়া হচ্ছে গিয়ে পার্টি অফিসে নিয়ে গিয়ে বসিয়ে রাখা হচ্ছে 2 দিন 3 দিন করে ওদের মনোরঞ্জন করতে হচ্ছে তারপরে ওদের পছন্দ মতো পুষিয়ে গেলে ওরা ছেড়ে দিচ্ছে
ওরা যদি কোনো শাস্তি না পায় ওরা যদি কোনো রকমের ছাড়া পায় আমাদের পুরো গ্রাম মানে সন্দেশখালী এলাকা পুরো জ্বালিয়ে দেবে
Shiva Prasad alias Shibu Hazra has been arrested. Charges of gang rape have been added on top of land grabbing allegations. But Sandeshkhali is still on the boil. People here still don't feel safe and secure. With Suryagni Roy, Shweta Singh and Rajesh Saha in Sandeshkhali, West Bengal, Bureau Report, India Today.
Throughout the tiny island of Sandeshkhali, there are multiple allegations that land which was basically for agriculture has been grabbed at a very nominal rate or without any rate, and that has been turned into a fishery. The allegations of the villagers are on the strongmen of Trinamool Congress, especially Shibu Hazra. The one farmland the one area that we are seeing used to be a farmland, and it has been turned into a fishery. Water was seeped in as per the locals, and this cultivatable land was turned into a complete land which is very suitable for fishery. So exactly fishery happens over here, which is a very, very profitable business in this part of South Bengal. And this is one such land where locals allege, they have even complained officially, that almost 50 people owned this particular structure of land for agriculture purposes. However, they were forced to hand it over on lease at a very, very nominal price to Shibu Hazra and other Trinamool Congress strongmen. What they want right now from the administration is that they want justice for this particular land, which used to be their bread and butter. With camera person Shamchandar Ghosh, this is Suryagni Roy for India Today, Sandeshkhali.
Today I have a special interview with a blockbuster team, the real-life hit team that brought us the super hit Uri and the real-life Jodi that they are too. Their actor Yami Gautam and director Aditya Dhar. And also joining me is director Aditya Suhas Jamble, and together they are bringing to the cinemas Article 370. I'm sure that word needs no introduction. It's based on the abrogation of special status of Jammu and Kashmir. Has been in discussion not just for the past 4 to 5 years, but decades altogether. I welcome all of you. And Yami, thank you. The glow on your face says a lot. How are you managing the commitments right now, both professional and personal at that time?
Yeah, I think for me, except for just the fitting of the clothes, everything seems to be pretty much the same in terms of my regime, with just little changes here and there. But feels great, feels really good. It's a new phase in life, yes, and very happy. And at the same time, I think a baby has been part of this journey so right from day one. So it's nice, you know. It's a great way to sort of, culminate it also, I think, through and through.
Two big adventures await you in just a short while. Let's begin then. I take that first question to Aditya Dhar. Aditya, because when I was watching the trailer, and I come to you first for a reason, because when the dialogue of Yami's character says, Kashmir is a lost cause, you know, it hit me immediately. It felt to me also at one point in life when, you know, we would watch these non-stop mass street violence for years. Death toll, dominance of Pakistan narrative. It did feel Kashmir was gone. When I would be reporting on the ground, I would watch children were pelting stones, school children. They were then getting injured in crossfire. And then Article 370 announcement comes on 5th August 2019. A full plan, secret mission, everyone's taken by surprise. My biggest concern was bloodshed will happen now. And we saw that didn't happen. There have been changes. There have been crackdown on terrorism. You tell me, Aditya Dhar, why did you think that cinema must reveal the backstory on this issue? Because just like Uri, so little was known about the government decision over this in public domain, and yet you decided to bring forth this venture.
That's the beauty of cinema, that you actually are always looking for stories which people kind of know about, but they don't have an idea how it happened. Same happened, like you said, same happened with Uri. Everybody knew that a surgical strike has happened.
Correct.
But nobody knew how it happened. So as a filmmaker, inherently we are very inquisitive. We always want to know exactly hua kaise tha, how did these guys pull it off. And once we started researching on it, we realized that it's one of the most incredible operations ever conducted in the history of since independence of India.
Yes.
And it's a story which is like it'll be absolutely criminal not to tell that story.